The Monster Trio, end of series. Now, we have a lot of projections about where Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji can end up. And yes, they are the Monster Trio. I think the last chapter just confirmed that. But Luffy wants to be Pirate King. Zoro wants to be the strongest swordsman in the world. Sanji wants to find the All Blue. But I'm pretty sure we all think about how that's going to be attained. And what will the Straw Hats look like after that's attained? If they stay alive, what would they look like? You know, Oda likes to do this with his SBSs. He shows us the ages of Sanji at 40, Sanji at 60, Sanji at 40 if things go right, Sanji at 60 if things go right, and vice versa if they go wrong. So you kind of get the early glimpse, and Oda likes to make our imagination run when it comes to these projections. But I'm going to try my hand at these projections because I've been thinking about this for a while, and I also think that what we got from Wano, especially in this chapter, I think we're starting to get glimpses of what we're going to see from the Straw Hats end of series. So let's start off with Sanji because we want to start off with the weakest of the Monster Trio. Now, I understand that may unsettle some people, but, you know, Zoro is stronger than Sanji. That's how the story's written, and we're just going to move on from there. Let's not fight about it, right? So the format I want to do this in is that we want to talk about the dream. Will they accomplish the dream? How will it be? The end of series status, like what are they doing, like are they wandering, are they alive, things of that nature. And then obviously the power, what's their power going to be like at the end of the series. So with Sanji's dream, you have the All Blue. Sanji's dream is a little easier to deal with because at the end of the day, the journey of the Straw Hats will be Sanji's ultimate path to the All Blue. I don't think Sanji's going to do anything outlandish like, oh my god, guys, we got to go here. I think the All Blue's over there. I think the Straw Hats are going to run into the All Blue. There's a lot of theories about the All Blue, what it could be. It could be a place where all the, well, I'm pretty sure it is, a place where all the seas converge together. You know, some people theorize that it's maybe under the red line, maybe it's above the red line, like maybe when the red line is broken, the All Blue appears, maybe there's a specific cataclysmic event where the red line will separate for a certain amount of time, and you'll see the All Blue, and you see all the fishes, and Sanji will be like, ah, we're here, right? So Sanji's gonna accomplish that dream. But what happens after he accomplishes the dream? What does Sanji look like? And I think from what we've seen with Sanji, and this is something that it's funny because Oda doesn't do shipping. He already mentioned that the Straw Hats are not really going to end up with each other, but considering how much Sanji loves women, I think it'll be interesting for Oda to leave Sanji single all the way till he's in his 40s and 60s because Sanji's always going to chase after women. Sanji's always going to simp after women. I can see Sanji staying single, end of series. I see Sanji staying single, inheriting the Baratier, because again, after Whole Cake Island, you know Zeph is his father, Sanji's a cook. At the end of the day, after the crew disbands, whatever happens to Luffy or the crew, Sanji will still be cooking. He will be known as a world-renowned chef. He will be known as the chef that found the All Blue. He'll be known as the chef. Like he'll basically increase the prestige of the Baratier where you can have all blue dishes at the Baratier. Everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, this wonderful chef that was the chef of the Pirate King. He has all blue cooking. He has ingredients from the All Blue. I want to go there. And when you go in, Sanji's flirting with every woman he sees, but at the end of the day, he's like showing off his cooking skills to everyone, and he just continues in that lore as he reminisces about his time as a pirate. But I think this is the most interesting thing. This is why one prediction that I really wish Oda would harp on. If you notice, Sanji's life, he didn't have a family. His family didn't care for him except for Reiju, but that's minuscule. Sanji was adopted by Zeph and taken in. Zeph is kind. Sanji's kind. If you notice Sanji's gesture to Gin when he was starving, even though he knew he was a criminal, even though Gin was acting up and he got kicked out of the Baratier, Sanji still cooked for him and gave him food. Sanji's not the type to turn someone away, or turn a hungry stomach away. So, imagine that another orphan comes across Sanji. He's hungry. Sanji feeds him. The orphan stays with him. You don't think Sanji would think, Zeph did this for me, so I'll do this for him, and Sanji will have an apprentice that's very similar to him? Almost like a son-father figure type thing. I can see Sanji doing that. Doesn't Sanji just fit that role perfectly? I feel like, look at Sanji's, look at his relationship with Momonosuke. How Momonosuke, all the women love Momonosuke. Imagine Sanji's adopted son. All the girls love Sanji's adopted son. He's angry at his son and they're bickering, they're fighting. But at the end of the day, he teaches him everything that Zeph taught him, because to him, Sanji's ideals and his chivalry are so strong, I know he'll pass it on to another. So Sanji adopting somebody and teaching him everything that Zeph taught him, teaching him how to cook, how to fight, That, to me, that's Sanji's destiny. Being single, adopting an orphan, running the Baratie, and at the end of the day, I think his end of the series matchup, because at the end of the day, you know, power scaling end of series is a little wild, but Sanji, minimum admiral level, I think his end of series fight will actually be Kizaru. I don't have much standing besides the fact that maybe they attack Mary Joa and Sanji runs into Kizaru, because we haven't seen Kizaru fight yet. Their style matches up, speed, raid suit, kicking. Like, to me, Sanji versus Kizaru should be his end of series matchup. It would be just beautiful. But overall, this is how I see Sanji ending up end of series. Now we move on to Zorro. Now Zorro is more straightforward. Zorro is going to be the world's strongest swordsman. It's going to happen. He dedicates his life to it. His life is about training. His life is about goals, ambition. That's all Zorro's ever been. From when we were introduced to Zorro to now, it's ambition. So obviously we can skip and say his end of series fight will probably be Mihawk, or it could be, you know, the Gandhi Gorosei, because he has a sword. We just like to be crazy here. But I think his end of series fight is going to be Mihawk. However, after he beats Mihawk, after he becomes the world's greatest swordsman, what would be left for Zorro? We've already seen what Zorro could be like after Mihawk in Wano, a wandering Ronin looking for other strong swordsmen, probably looking for the key. Maybe there's more sword skills that Zorro wants to accomplish. Like, I feel like there's more things that Zorro would do. Zorro doesn't seem like the type to just stop training and stop his ambition. He'll find other ways to motivate himself. He'll probably just take the Mihawk route and just wander the world and look for strong swordsmen to improve his craft. Because I think Zorro's gonna train till the day he dies. Zorro's not gonna retire. I don't see retirement in Zorro. It's not in his DNA. It's just not. That's his character. That's how he's built. If you read Berserk, it's gonna be the same. Guts the Wanderer, Zorro the Wanderer. Because I actually do believe the Straw Hats will disband at a certain point. So I can see Zorro end of series becoming a wandering Ronin, challenging different swordsmen to different battles. I don't think he'll have a disciple. It would be interesting if he did. Zorro is a loner, so I don't really see it being that way. He'll obviously be a drunkard, he'll drink, all kinds of things like that. He might, you know what's funny? Zorro could end up being a drunken swordsman. Because he could think, oh man, I had such a great time with the crew, we've disbanded, I'm just gonna wander around, fight people while drunk. I can just see it. I can see that in Zorro's future. But Zorro's a lot more straightforward. I don't think there's a lot of nuance to Zorro's path besides what we've just mentioned, unless he dies. Now, no one wants Zorro to die, but yeah, I don't think Zorro's gonna retire. And then we get to Luffy. We get to the Pirate King. Now, Luffy's interesting. Luffy wants to be king of the pirates, but Ace mentioned that there's something else that Luffy dreams about, something else that Luffy wants to do that we don't know yet. So Luffy's end of series behavior is shrouded in mystery. There's a lot of potential matchups for Luffy end of series. You have Blackbeard, you have Imu, Akainu. There's a lot. Gorosei, right? But with Luffy, I think one thing is for certain. He finds the One Piece, and he's involved with a confrontation with Imu. He's involved with the Void Century. He's involved with Joy Boy. We don't know if he's Joy Boy yet, but he most likely will be Joy Boy. And I actually believe this. I don't think Luffy's gonna survive end of series. I think Luffy is going to die, and I think the joy and beauty of Luffy is going to be his story. If you look at Luffy's story up to this point, his story is more grandiose than Gold Roger's is. And let's put it into perspective. Luffy, brother of Fire Fist Ace, son of Gold D. Roger, son of Garp the hero, who defeated Rocks and saved the world, brother of Sabo, a world noble and a revolutionary second in command, son of Dragon, the most dangerous man in the world. In lineage alone, Luffy is bigger than any character in the series. We haven't even got to his feats yet. Then we go to Alabasta, he takes out Crocodile. We go to Dressrosa, he takes out Doflamingo. And each time he's toppling structures within the world government. Luffy is breaking the fabric of the balance that the world government has had. He went into Impel Down, the most impenetrable prison ever, and breaks everybody out. Blackbeard breaks everyone out too, but Luffy's the main catalyst. You go to one of the biggest moments in world history, the Paramount War. Luffy appears, uses Conqueror's Haki, saves Ace, challenges 3 Marine Admirals, talks back to Whitebeard, and survives. He comes out, and he wasn't as strong. He punched the Celestial Dragon, the most untouchable species that we have in this planet. Punches him right in his mouth. Because they shot a fishman. Think about the perception of fishmen. Fishmen aren't respected in the world, in the surface world. Luffy punched the most untouchable human on Earth because they shot a fishman. Think about the Jim Crow era, and think about a white man punching the president of the United States because he slapped a black man. That's the gravity of what we're saying. And we're talking 1950s, 1960s. At the height of racial tension. That's basically what Luffy did. So that's crazy in itself. Then you go to Big Mom, you go to Whole Cake Island. Big News reports it there. He'll beat Kaido. Then he beat the most unbeatable force that we've seen up to this point. And you see Luffy's story. Like, if you notice, when they went to Raft Tail, they were laughing and they were hearing about Joy Boy's story. And Roger was like, "Oh, I wish I could have lived in your era, Joy Boy." Imagine reading Luffy's story. Imagine the laughter. Imagine, wow, this Luffy guy's crazy. Such a man lived on this earth. Luffy's legacy is how we're gonna see. This is how we're gonna view Luffy end of series. His legacy is gonna tell Luffy's story. I don't think Luffy will be present. I think Luffy will die. There's been a lot of hints to his death with the hormone shot, him using Gear Second and shortening his lifespan. There's been a lot of lifespan shortening moments with Luffy. So I think he's either gonna die, it could be that incurable disease, or he gets killed. I doubt Luffy would get killed, but I think he's gonna die. I think he's destined to die. But I think his death will carry so much weight that it will literally impact the story forever. And that's how I see Luffy going out end of series. Now, end of series fight, personally, I think he'll fight Blackbeard end of series. I think he will. Because if Blackbeard is tied to Zebek, I think Blackbeard will actually confront Emu. You're the king of the world? Not anymore. And I think we see Blackbeard versus Emu, and then Blackbeard fights Luffy, where it's literally the D, destroying everything. And then Luffy is the order, the balancing act, and Blackbeard is the chaos. It's chaos versus order. Luffy defeats Blackbeard, and then everything is settled. Monkey D. Dragon intervenes. The world starts to rebuild itself under a new structure without the world government, without the Celestial Dragons. So I think Luffy and Blackbeard will be the final confrontation. I think Luffy will beat Blackbeard. We'll see the full capability of his powers, but afterwards, I actually think Luffy will die. And that's just my guess, that's my assertion. I think Luffy is going to die, and I think his legacy is going to be the beauty of the story, and I think that's how One Piece will end, with Luffy's legacy. And then with Zorro and Sanji, they'll be reminiscing the legacy of Luffy. They'll be telling the tale of Luffy. Zorro will be at an inn after beating a swordsman, and he will be telling kids, "Oh, this guy Luffy was incredible." Or Sanji's in Baratie, and he'll be talking to customers, "Yeah, this guy Luffy, amazing." Luffy's legacy is going to carry the Straw Hat narrative, is going to carry the lives of the Straw Hats forever. And I think that's how the Monster Trio, it's just a beautiful story, honestly. That's how the Monster Trio is really going to end up. Yo everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe here to get the latest from the channel, or also check out some other videos that might suit your specific tastes.